After leading the Stanford Cardinal all the way to the college football playoff semifinals and throwing for over 6,000 yards despite having almost no talent around him, Daquan Weems was lauded as the best pocket passer college football had seen in years. He had stayed loyal to the Cardinal through 4 long years of taking sacks and studying for midterms, and after graduating with high honors, he had to figure out what he wanted to do with his last year of eligibility. He wanted to make one more run in a national championship before leaving for the NFL, but after he caught his girlfriend cheating on him with the point guard of the Stanford basketball team, he decided he wanted to get out of California and try something new. He decided to test himself in the best defensive conference in college football and signed with the Washington Huskies for his redshirt senior season. His goals this year are to once again throw for over 6,000 yards, throw fewer than 5 interceptions, win the Heisman Trophy, and lead Washington to a natty. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first game of Daquan's senior season is going to be a huge challenge. We're taking on number 15 Tennessee. At least it's at home, but they have one of the most talented rosters Daquan's ever played against. And on top of that, Daquan's going to have the challenge of learning Washington's offense on the fly. That's going to be one of the biggest downsides of transferring for his senior season. He spent 4 years at this point getting used to Stanford's tight end focused attack, and Washington's definitely more of a spread team, but I'm really liking their playbook so far. Along with that, Daquan's going to be working with the best receivers and the best offensive line he's ever had. If he can get off to a good start to the season, I think we can do something special this year. This is going to be a huge test down here on the goal line though. We're looking at that zig, and I'm trying to throw that slant, misfired on the button, but we'll throw it late and it works out. Leinert's going to get the touchdown, and couldn't have asked for much better from Daquan on that first drive. I am hoping that as this game goes on, we can take more shots down the field. As we've got a third down here, I'm looking to a corner out on the right side. Nothing's going to get open though. Thankfully, we've got the running back underneath. This drive's going well so far, but we've got a big third down to convert. And let's see, I'm looking to the crosser here. It's not going to get open though, and Daquan takes a sack, something he was going to try to avoid this season. One of his big goals is to get those rushing stats into the positive, but I think that's going to be easier accomplished against less athletic teams. Another big third down here, we're going to try out an RPO, and going to have to trust Cormier. He is going to power up the middle for the first. There we go. Another thing that Daquan's been missing is a running back that he can trust to get upfield quick, and trying to take a hole shot here. That was a beautiful throw, and we're right down into Tennessee territory. Let's go punch it in here on 2nd and 10. I am really liking the seam. I don't think that middle linebacker can keep up with our slot receiver, and Daquan puts it on the money, leading his dude outside, and this time it's Sharga, our slot receiver, with a touchdown. Incredibly efficient passing game so far. Tennessee was able to strike back with a touchdown before halftime though, and I fear this one's going to come down to the wire no matter what Daquan does. The Vols have a 96 overall offense, and they're going to go right down and get another field goal. We just got to keep balling out coming out of halftime. Gonna have a third down here. Got to find a way to convert and keep this drive going. We're going to have the slant late, but our receiver drops it, and Tennessee is able to take the lead. This one's starting to get dicey heading into the 4th quarter. We got to go get 6 here, man. Come on. Gonna have an absolutely massive 3rd and 10. Need to convert, and nothing's coming open. We had the running back late, but Daquan takes a bad sack. We need to get that ball out quicker, sending 5 out, and Tennessee got a touchdown. At this point, it's going to take a miracle to win, but Daquan has made miracles happen in his career before, and he's going to take a deep shot here. We need to hit this to keep this game alive, and it's going to go right under his receiver. Leinart will get another touchdown, and we could be back in this thing. Just need defense to get one stop. Come on, boys. Come on. They got it. Now it's up to Daquan to make something happen, but we got no timeouts, and a dude comes screaming off the edge. The worst possible start to this drive. Got to get it moving here. We're going to send 5 out. This is a little bit risky, but we're going to get the seam open late, and this is just what we need to do. At the very least, we can get down into field goal range here. We got to get the boys to the line. We just need to find a way to get a couple more completions, and going with a curl flat here. This is just barely going to be a first down completion. No time to rest. We got to get back to the line. Come on, man. We're so close. Just got to finish it off, and we're going to have the tight end up the seam here. Got to get that throw out quick, and we do. 26 seconds left in this one. Going to go with the same play here, and we got him again. This could be a touchdown. He's got all his momentum coming in, but he's going to be down at the 1. We'll have a 1st and goal. Okay, it's running back angle or bust here, and we're going to throw it. It's going to be a potential game-winning touchdown. The clutchest drive of Daquan's career, possibly, with the exception maybe of the conference championship game against UNC last year. And somehow we're going to get the dub. What a crazy way to start the season. Literally couldn't have asked for a better season opener for this video. And Daquan absolutely balled out against an incredibly tough defense. This was a great start to his Heisman campaign. And after that game, he's going to be able to call audibles as well. And hey, at this point, Daquan's a pretty big deal. He's got 800K followers on social media, even though we haven't really focused on that at all. And he signed a brand deal with Gatorade. And after the win, we're going to be able to upgrade his speed just a little bit more up to 77, as we've already got the Apple Cup in week 2. That's kind of weird. Sadly, the polls and the Heisman Watch are still disrespecting us. And in this game, I'm hoping to change that, man. Washington State's only got a 64 overall defense. I'm going to really try to get the ball vertical today, and going with a vertical play here, we're going to throw the crosser to Quails, and my god, dude, that ball was put right in the pocket. Just got to punch it in here. Thankfully, on this team, we have an excellent goal line play though, and we get a touchdown on the same play that won us the game last week. Washington State does answer back with a touchdown of their own, but Duquan getting out of the pocket here, not something he does a lot, is going to playmaker a guy upfield, and this is one thing that we want to see a little bit more from him this season. If he wants to be a #1 overall pick, he's got to show scouts that he can run a little bit, and as we can see on this speed option, he certainly doesn't have breakaway speed, but if he can be smart and just choose the right opportunities to scramble, we could at least rack up some positive yards each game. So far, offense hasn't been quite as dominant as I'd like to see him be in this one. Hopefully we can get it going on this drive. I really don't want this to be close. We're gonna have a 3rd and 12 here, and this is looking tricky, man. Duquan's gonna have to step up in the pocket and run for the first down, and he's actually gonna pick this one up, showing a little bit of speed there for sure. There's definitely a noticeable difference between 75 and 77 speed, and trying to get the corner right open here, he is going to put that on the money. Man, what a throw. That's one of the hardest throws to make in this game, period. And just like that, the Huskies are on top, man. These Washington receivers don't have crazy hands, but they can make some really good plays with the ball in their hands. Last game, the halfback wheel streak combo worked really well for us, and we're going to try it out here as it looks like they got lost and the streak route's going to come wide open. It'll be another long touchdown pass. We're doing a good job of pushing the ball downfield more. That'll make it a commanding lead going into the second half, and after a slow start, this offense is cooking. We're finding all the holes in this Washington State defense. And one play that I've been loving, especially on the goal line, is this tight end flat play. It's bound to at least pick up a couple of yards every time, and it's going to get us into the end zone here. And coach is actually going to take Duquan out of the game, so that's not going to help out with the stats, but he leads Washington to an easy Apple Cup win. It was another very nice day for the boy, almost 400 yards, 71% completion, 4 touchdowns, no picks, and actually had a positive day rushing. Still just no room on the Heisman watch for Duquan though. We are finally up there in the rankings though, and this game against Hawaii should be a great opportunity for some stat padding. These boys are even worse than Washington State, so I'm hoping we can cook them up, and Leinart's going to get wide open on this first drive for a touchdown. He's quickly becoming a top target for Duquan. We are cooking to start this game. 95 pass yards already going into the second quarter, and getting it to Leinart here. Look at him fighting. He's somehow going to get out of there, and this is going to turn into a touchdown. Dude, Leinart is a beast. Duquan has never had receivers who can make plays after the catch, and speaking of things he's never had guys who can cook people off the line like Qualls. This is going to be another long passing touchdown. Hawaii just doesn't have the talent to hang with this receiving core, and right now Duquan's getting all day in the pocket. I'm hoping we can end up doing a little bit of rushing today too, but right now, man, the passing is just so free. I don't really see any reason not to put it in the air. Our offense has been stalling a little bit in the second half though, and it's looking like this might become a game if we're not careful. The Rainbow Warriors have clearly figured out that we're passing it on just about every play, and they've been teeing off on Duquan. He's got to start to try to get out of the pocket a little bit more, and does a nice job of stepping up there. We are going to hang on for the dub, but man, offense just fell apart in the second half. I don't really know what happened. It was still a good day for Duquan, but his ending stats have got to be a little bit better than that. And we got to get it together in this next one because we've got maybe the biggest game of the season. We're taking on number 6 USC, and this is going to be a tough one, but a win here would really get us up in the rankings, and a great play from Leinart to start it out. USC appears to be playing a very aggressive style of defense, and Duquan's really going to have to get the ball out quick here. On third down, we're just going with a little stick play. We've got the out route open, but our receiver drops it. Come on. All right, it'll be 4th and 3. Liking what I see on the right side though, our tight end's going to come wide open on the stick. Got to try to finish him off here, but after an unfortunate sack on first down, the run game gets stuffed in the backfield. We've got a 3rd and super long, but this is looking like a kind of stupid cover from USC. And let's see. Okay, I was hoping we had the seam. We're going to go to the corner route instead, and that's a catch this time. But it looks like coach is going to elect to kick the field goal. Okay, not a bad start though, and defense has got our back. Just got to keep it moving on this drive, and dude, this read flat is just absolute cash. That'll take us to the end of the first quarter, where we've got another big 3rd down. It looks like USC is sending the house again. We're going to have the out route, just need a little run after the catch, and that's an easy conversion, taking what the defense gives us. I want to take a shot eventually though, and we should have Qual here on the seam. Duquan is going to put it on the money, but our receivers are really having trouble holding onto the ball right now. All right, 3rd and 10. This is going to be a tough conversion, but for some reason they sent their linebacker, just leaving our tight end wide open. Easy money again to keep the chains moving. Just got to pick up this 3rd and 1. I'm going with a little RPO, and the slant should be open, but it gets swatted at the line. Damn it, dude. All right, 4th and 1. Got to find a way here, and I'm going to dump it to the tight end. That's gotten us a couple of big conversions early on. Just got to finish the job here. We're going quick slants, and that's an easy dump off. Failure is going to get the touchdown, and just like that, we got a 2-score lead. Nothing coming too easy though. USC with a quick answer, but they just keep on giving up this seam, which is interesting because CPU teams usually don't very much. Just a minute left before halftime here. We got 3rd and 7, and okay, I'm looking to the corner, but we don't have time to throw it. I shouldn't have set the running back out on that play. So a frustrating end to the half for our offense, We're looking pretty good so far. It feels like Daquan's starting to figure out what he needs to do against this defense to have success. And here on third down, they just love giving up this seam, dude. Easy pass for another clutch third down conversion. On second down, just going with a little PA read, and I'm looking for this slant, but it took too long to develop, and it's going to be another sack. We've taken way too many in this game. We'll figure it out eventually. We've got a third and super long, but an incredibly over-aggressive defense once again from USC. We've really done a nice job of exposing that. But to be fair, the aggressive defense has definitely caused a lot of mistakes, and what are we even supposed to do on a play like that? This is where being a pocket passer is really hard. Daquan's going to try to get out and create this time, and this will actually work out pretty well, making it a third and manageable again. Alright, third down and 6. We're sticking with the same play, and it's man coverage. I'm just going to go with that corner route, but it's a high throw, and our tight end can't come down with it. Damn. Okay, though, we get a field goal and a quick stop. Throwing from our own 1 here is a little dangerous, but it's going to work out. And this is a defensive ball game headed into the 4th. If we can just get 1 touchdown, we'll be chilling. I feel like this aggressive of a defense is bound to give up a deep ball or something eventually. On 1st and 10, we're right on the fringe of field goal range, and seeing a clean pocket here, Daquan's actually going to step up, and we finally have a positive rushing play in this game. Now we just got to take care of the ball and try to punch it in. And on 3rd and 14, we're just going to take the dump off. No need to take any risks. Alright, just need our kicker to make this damn field goal, and thankfully he does, but USC does march down to get a touchdown. So we're actually going to try to lean on the run game a little bit, but it's looking like it might get shut down. Trying an RPO here, we'll see if we can get a freebie, and he's wide open, but an iffy throw, and it's going to go right off of our tight end's hands. You got to be kidding me. Incredibly bad luck will bring up a 3rd and 10, and hopefully we get decent protection here. The crosser's eventually going to come open, but we get hit first, and now it's just got to be up to our defense. Alright, let's see what they can cook. Oh my god, USC went down the field, but they held strong, and despite only scoring 1 touchdown, we get the dub. It wasn't Daquan's best game, but he did what he could against a really tricky defense. Didn't turn the ball over. The sacks were an issue for sure though. Slowly but surely we're starting to get some respect in the polls, but still no dice on the Heisman watch for Daquan. Through 4 games, Daquan's stats haven't been as elite as they've been in years past, but he has had a perfect touchdown interception ratio. We have got to make this game against Penn State a big one. This is where we really need to break it open and establish Daquan as the best passer in college football without a doubt. Penn State's going to be an incredibly tough environment to play in, but here early in the game, Daquan's actually going to get out of the pocket and looking pretty quick, find some room to run. Alright, that was pretty encouraging. This drive's going well so far. Penn State defense is definitely not as crazy as USC's. I'm hoping to keep the passes a little bit more basic in this game, and plays like that RPO are going to be money. You need to just trust the RPOs more in general, honestly. All we got to do is punch it into the goal line. We got our boy Qual sitting down, and he's going to spin in for an easy touchdown. What a beautiful drive. Definitely an easier drive than any in our last game, but Penn State quickly able to answer. It's looking tough out here on 3rd down, but Penn State has just been going with pretty much straight man coverage, so we're able to get it to the slant, and our receiver's doing a pretty decent job of getting separation. We go with another man beater there, and our guy just fries him on the out route. 3rd and 6, just gotta find a way to finish this drive, and we're going with a curl flat play. Our receiver needs to make a catch, and he does. Thank you. Just gotta finish the drive. 3rd and 1 here, trying to go RPO, and we're gonna have the tight end in the end zone for a touchdown. He hangs on, and we're back on top. Daquan looking tough on the road in the Big Ten. Here's the thing, man. The Big Ten is not like a conference where it's possible to put up 400 yards every game. Daquan was able to do that in the ACC, but here he's just got to find ways to win. He's got to be patient, let his offense work for him, but he's going to take a shot here, man. We got liner deep, and it's going to be right on the money. Dude even breaks a tackle, and we are in business with just 11 seconds left. Probably just going to have one more play here. The hot routes are not working at all. We're just going to try to take it to the tight end of the seam, and oh my god, man, 1st and goal. I think we go hurry up and try to get this off. Okay, no, never mind. Didn't work out. We're going to have to take the timeout. Okay, a field goal is acceptable there, though. Penn State has just been so good on offense. They come out and get a touchdown in the second half. We're going to have to continue to fight out these tough drives. After a couple of disastrous plays, though, we got 3rd and 22, and I'm going to try to throw a back shoulder here. Could this work? Oh my god, Daquan's receiver makes a catch. We are going to have a 3rd and 1 here, just trying to go with an RPO, and they should give us the slant. No, the linebacker baited me, though, dropping back in coverage, and Daquan picks a bad time to throw his first pick of the season. I can't believe that. Well, there goes our shot at a perfect season. But that was pretty unlikely anyways, especially the way we throw the ball around, and oh no, hopefully Daquan has not made this a contagious thing. He throws another one. I saw that one-on-one coverage, was just hoping we'd make a play. But thankfully, defense somehow manages to get a huge turnover. We're all of a sudden back down on the goal line, and Daquan, seeing a hole up the middle, is going to scramble and get a rushing touchdown, which he's almost never done at a huge moment too. too. But Penn State is not going out easy. They go down to get a touchdown, and now we got to find a way to go down and win this game with 2 minutes left. The stadium pulse going absolutely nuts here. I'm looking to the curl, but we're going to have our tight end up the seam, and he drops it. Absolutely brutal. We'll have 4th and 14. Just got to try to fit this in, and it's a dime. Let's go. One of the clutchest plays of the season. Our dude liner comes through again, and that'll work to quiet the crowd down a little bit, as with this pass, we are going to head to the 2-minute warning in an absolute battle to the death with Penn State. 3rd and 4 here. Let's see what we got. Just going to take the drag, and it is barely going to be a first down. We keep the sticks moving. I don't want to leave the Nittany Lions with any time on the clock, but it's starting to get kind of low, and once again, we're going to have a 3rd down. They're trying to make this drive so hard on us. Can we keep finding a way? On 3rd down, we're trying to run a man beater, but nothing's getting open. Daquan tries to roll out, and he's going to fumble the ball. Our lineman thankfully picks it up, but it might just be over. We're going to have to hit a 4th and 20. Can we do it, man? Gonna try the back shoulder throw, and our receiver is gonna drop the ball. Come on, dude. That was right on the money. And defense can't do anything. We fall on the road at Penn State. And Daquan fought hard, but those 2 interceptions were brutal. Next up, we're taking on Rutgers. I'm hoping for an easier one here. We got a night game, though. And it unfortunately looks like we got some heavy rain coming down. Hopefully, we can still throw the ball okay. The big thing I'm worried about is drops. But Daquan's ability should make it so that we can still throw accurately. Rutgers coming out in some weird defenses early on. Not really sure what this is, but we're going to step up in the pocket, and early on in this game, getting the scrambling game going, that's good to see for sure. Got to finish off this drive, though. We got a 3rd and 3 here, and I'm just going to go with the out route. Receiver needs to fight for that, but it's going to be 4th and inches, and for some reason, we're kicking the field goal. Okay, so kind of a disappointing end of the first drive. Hopefully, we can get things going on this drive. That's a nice start. Just getting points is not enough, though. Daquan needs to put up some stats, and for that to happen, we're going to have to speed up this offense a little bit. After a couple of penalties, unfortunately, we got a 3rd down to complete, and here's where we got to get out of the pocket to make a play. Rolling out, I see the running back coming open, and that's going to be money. Huge throw from Daquan. Just got to finish the drive this time. We're running this tight end pop play, and it kind of got held up at the line, but it's going to work out. And finally, we have a passing touchdown. It is looking like Rutgers came to play, though, man. They went and got a touchdown of their own way too easy. And with offense stalling out just a little bit, we might be in trouble here. Daquan's got to make something happen soon, getting the scrambling game going again, but we need a little bit more than that. Going into the second half, it looks like a potential upset alert. And I feel like Daquan's actually playing really well in this one, but something about the offense just isn't clicking. We haven't figured out how to make it efficient enough, and we're relying too much on those like 3rd down conversions and big throws. The offense at Stanford was honestly a lot less demanding on the quarterback position. This Washington attack really is a true just like spread air raid. And honestly, apart from line art, the receivers haven't been quite as good as expected. Hopefully they can step it up as the season goes on, but this is looking tough. Another stalled out drive. That time our defense was able to hold Rutgers off, and okay, we finally got an opening up the seam. That should help get this offense going. Let's get back to the line. Need to keep on finding ways to convert. We're seeing really aggressive man coverage here, and Easton's gonna get open, but that was just not a good throw from Daquan, man. Or excuse me, that was line art. And headed to the 4th quarter, we're tasked with picking up a potentially season-deciding 4th and 4. Let's see what we got, man. I'm looking to the running back, just need him to catch it, and thankfully he does, keeping this game alive just barely. Please just finish this drive, boys. We're running some weird streak play here. Gonna try to hit that in the pocket, and bro, of course our receiver drops it. All right, this is brutal. 3rd down, we're barely gonna have time to get it to the tight end, and he catches that one. 4th and 1. We've got to go for this, man. Someone's got to make a play, and I'm looking to the left side, trying to hit the slant. We have just enough time to get it off, and thankfully this time our receiver catches the damn ball. Should be a tie game. Okay, but Rutgers goes right down to get a field goal. Things could definitely get dicey here. We got to find ways to cut up this man coverage. And here on 3rd and 1, I'm gonna trust this RPO. Just need our tight end to make the catch, and thankfully he will, picking up the 1st down and more. Just need to at least get into field goal range here, man. We got another 3rd down, trying to just get the drag open, and thankfully the timing just barely does work out. We head down to the 2-minute warning, starting to inch into field goal range, getting another throw to the halfback there for the 1st down, and look at that. Even the Rutgers fans are cheering Daquan on. He truly is a fan favorite. Need to finish the job. Come on, bro. I'm gonna trust my halfback here, just dump him off, and he's actually gonna make some room. And down to the 11-yard line, we gotta start thinking about killing the clock. Just running it to the left side here, and we actually get a good hole. I thought for a second he was gonna break that. Less than a minute left here. We're gonna try the RPO, and oh man, I should have thrown that. Just chickened out and handed it off, but our running back makes a move, and he's going to get into the end zone. Like I said, man, our running backs are clutch, and hopefully defense can hold it down for 40 seconds. Thankfully they can. We get a too close for comfort dub against Rutgers. And for a heavy rain game, it was a really clutch performance from our boy. 300 yards yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. And Duquan sneakily had his best rushing performance maybe ever with 58 yards. And amazingly, Duquan's actually in the positive on rushing so far this year. I mean, he's certainly not doing anything crazy, but that's a big improvement from the minus like 200 yard seasons of the past. Halfway through the season, he's also on pace for 4,000 yards. Not as crazy as last year, but we could figure out the offense more as the year goes on. And we are going to just continue to add that quickness. Now Duquan's up to 81 speed. He should actually be able to be pretty fast. Despite the immaculate stats though, still no Heisman watch for the guy. A freaking Arkansas State quarterback's over us. Damn, this dude is a 99 overall. Who is this? Bro's stats are definitely kind of crazy to be fair, man. The CPU quarterbacks are just nuts in this game. The Big Ten schedule is not looking like it's going to ease up though. Next up, we're taking on an Indiana team that's only 2-4 but is super talented. Kind of feels like an upset waiting to happen, and here on 3rd and 1, they're going super aggressive coverage. We're going to try to chuck this up deep, but that ball is just too high. I thought we had Hoffman by a couple of steps out there. We just got to bounce back here, and thankfully defense has our back in a quick stop, as we're just picking apart the Hoosiers downfield with our running back. In a spread offense that demands some tough throws, it is great when that can get open. Let's finish the job now, just trying to roll out and hit the corner route. It's not going to win, but I see the running back coming open. This is going to be a tough throw, but Daquan makes it on the run. Let's go. One of his best throws of the season for sure. Looking good so far, just got to keep it pushing, and right now they are refusing to guard our backs out of the backfield still. We're going to exploit that as long as Indiana allows it, and trying to capitalize with a screen pass that should work out perfectly. Didn't get great blocking on the edge, but our running back will fight in for the touchdown, and now we got a nice comfy 2-score lead. The RPOs and screens have been working really well in this game, pretty much got us all the way downfield last drive, and this is a really weird coverage on the right side here. I'm not totally sure what to do, and kind of ended up getting lost. Daquan takes a bad sack. Maybe should have tried to flip the play or something there. So we'll have a 3rd and 16, and I was trying to exploit that weakness with the halfback again. Daquan's gonna roll out though, and finding a receiver downfield, he'll catch it and break a tackle. If he dropped that, I was gonna be so mad. Instead, he made a great play after the catch. Now this team's starting to roll a little bit, but a bad play call on 2nd down is gonna lead to a sack. That was just stupid. So here we go, got a 3rd and 15. I'm looking to the seam, not liking it, and dude, the pressure keeps on getting to us. A field goal is honestly okay in this situation though. Indiana's just sticking around in this one so far. Feels pretty comfortable, but we gotta put the foot on the neck. They could turn this into a 1-score game so easy. 1 touchdown's all it takes, and I am loving this halfback wheel route here. Let's see. Yep, gets open. I thought that was maybe going to be man coverage, but we'll at least get it to 3rd down. Now we got a massive play, 3rd and 1. Just looking for this drag route here, and we will have it. Thank you for making the catch, buddy. Let's see what we got. Going with a little speed option. Not a usual play call, but Daquan's going to take off and trying to turn this into a touchdown. He doesn't quite have the speed. Okay, 1st and goal. Coach is actually letting us go 5 wide here, and I love this. We're going to hold him up there with a hook route, and the drag comes wide open for a 3rd touchdown pass of the day, which should hopefully put this thing in the bank. It's been another very efficient day for Daquan. He definitely hasn't done anything crazy, but making the smart read, and look at our tight end powering some guys over. Daquan Simonson's not as good as the guy we had last year, but he's pretty solid. And with defense getting some turnovers, this could turn into a real blowout. Let's see what we got. I'm liking the post here. We should have it. And a beautiful move by Qualls is going to get him wide open for our 5th passing touchdown of the day against one of the highest rated defenses in the Big Ten too. The big thing in this game is defense has just dominated, man. They keep getting us these turnovers. We're right back here trying to get a 5th touchdown. We need to give our running back a little bit of love though. Going with the RPO, we'll hand it off to him this time, and Cormier is going to waltz in for a touchdown. Good stuff. So that's going to do it for this one. A resounding victory on the road. And Daquan had an excellent game, great passing stats, and also had positive rushing yards once again. He's really just putting up near perfect stats in his senior year. And real quick, we looked at Daquan's stats a lot this season, but I want to look at our receiving stats real quick. Okay, so this year is like the first year we haven't had a tight end as the leading receiver. Lineart's just barely there, but Simonson has definitely gotten some play as well. Overall though, we're spreading the ball around pretty evenly. Both of our running backs have over 200 receiving yards, and as we keep winning, we're just slowly climbing up in those rankings. Thankfully, we're back at home next up. I just wish every other game wasn't a rain game, and we are taking on a crappy Northwestern team. I'm hoping that despite the rain, this is an easy one, and based on that first drive, I don't know if the Wildcats will present too much of a challenge. We cut them up in the first quarter as they're going with a lot of man coverage, and this is one team our receivers can actually win against in man coverage, thankfully. Already a chance for another touchdown here. We're going to go with a sneaky speed option, motion, and since we ran backwards a little bit, that's going to count as a passing touchdown. When these CPU quarterbacks are putting up crazy stats, you got to cheese the system just a little bit, right? This one has been pretty surgical so far. Even when it doesn't look like Daquan has someone open, he just barely finds a way to make them open. If Daquan wants to break 5,000 yards in the regular season like he did last year, 300-yard games are not going to cut it. We need some crazy games, but it doesn't help when our running back just randomly decides to go backwards and run out of bounds to make it 4th and inches. Still a little bit of time yet left before half, and let's get the scrambling going a little bit. For once, Daquan is probably actually faster than a team's linebacker, so we could have a little bit of fun with that if we try. With just 25 seconds left, we're going to have to cook fast. I am not seeing anything early, but the crossing route's coming open late. Can we make that throw? Yes, we can, and what a catch from our dude. That's Sharga coming up with it. And low-key, he's like our second slot receiver, but Sharga's kind of nice with it. He's fast, and I've seen him running some nice routes. This has really been a pretty solid game from our receiving core so far, but right when I say that, our dude is going to fumble it, Northwestern picks it up, and thankfully does not do a whole lot with it. This Wildcat team is straight up just not very good. We are having our way with them, and as much as I want to get the rushing stats up, this is a great opportunity to just get a ton of passing yards. One of the biggest things about this game has been not only are we cooking the man coverage, our offensive line is doing a great job of giving us time in the pocket. I think our offensive line has quietly been like really good all year. We just haven't noticed it as much because it sort of just feels like a normal pass rush. I mean, we are still dealing with the defense coming in our face pretty fast, and Daquan is going to get out of the pocket here. Just need our blockers to block a little bit better this time, and Simonson is in fact going to get into the end zone. 4th passing touchdown of the day for Daquan. At this point, I'm just hoping coach doesn't take our guy out. He's still got so much cooking to do, and just getting out of the pocket here and launching a deep ball. It is nice to be able to get vertical a little bit. That's been fun. On 1st and goal, we're going to keep it simple, a little slant and drag combo, and we've got our boys Sharga again. 2 receiving touchdowns for him. I don't think he's had a lot this year, and I would love to hit a deep ball here, man. We're going to the outside. This is kind of a risky throw, but we're just going to bullet it, and what a catch from our receiver. I haven't seen him come down with a lot of jump balls this year. Let's finish the drive now. We're going out of the pistol. This is kind of a weird setup, but I'm seeing our tight end going to lead him downfield, and there we go. 6 passing touchdowns on the day. This has maybe been Daquan's best statistical game of the season, and for the 2nd straight game, we roll our opponent. A spotless performance against a spotty defense, and Daquan just set the Big Ten career passing yards record. I have no idea how many he's thrown for at this point. We'll have to check it out after the season's over. He also set the Big Ten career passing touchdowns record, and we're going to upgrade his speed just a little bit more. Now he's like pretty fast. 83 speed, 91 acceleration. And next up, we head to the best, most atmospheric, beautiful stadium in the country, taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. They're sitting at number 16 in the country, but no mercy today. We gotta go get through these boys. Can't risk this playoff appearance. Gonna have to deal with a little bit of stadium pulse today, especially on 3rd down, but Daquan's been playing in a lot of tough environments. I think he should be pretty much unfazed. We are struggling a little bit to move the ball so far, trying to go with a screen here, and they just blow that up. All right, see what we got here. I'm trying to hit the crossing route, and we should have it open, but Daquan misses the pass. Oh, but somehow we got 2 points, man. Defense comes through with a safety. We know that Iowa's worst enemy is its own offense, so we got a great opportunity to take a 2-score lead here, but 3rd and 4. Gotta find a way to convert, and we've got the crosser again. Daquan's just gonna roll out though, and he's actually gonna get it with his feet, getting down inside the 10. All we gotta do is punch it in now. We got a little RPO. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this, but somehow, bro, this is gonna turn into a pick. No shot, man. That's only Daquan's 3rd of the season, and it's a big one. Definitely was kind of a greedy read, but I'm really not sure how it ended up as a pick. All good though. Just gotta bounce back here on this drive. Defense is doing their thing so far. It looks like Iowa's running a lot of cover 2, and man, with these spread formations, we should be able to get some matchups against these slow linebackers. Sharga's just gonna cook his guy. On 1st and 10, I'm just trying to punch it in. We'll throw a little back shoulder here. Don't think the linebacker's gonna be able to turn around and get this, but it was off target, and just like that, we've doubled our interception total on the season. The Kinnick Stadium pressure getting to Daquan. That is a genuinely sad blemish on our statistical record, man. I was pretty hyped that we only had 2 picks up to that point. The good news is we've at least been able to move the ball downfield fast. Lots of man coverage, which Daquan is very used to dealing with at this point, and dude, having a dude with some wheels is so much easier. Gotta finish the drive though, man. 3rd and 5. Let's see what we got. I'm looking at the zig. We are gonna take this, and it wasn't the best read, but our guy gets it anyways. All right. Alright, we're going to go with the same play that led to the interception last time. I'm going to be careful though. We're throwing this to the back, and it will finally be a touchdown. We take a 9-point lead. Iowa's offense has not been doing so hot in this game, and I know we've got a couple of turnovers, but really I'm finding this defense quite easy to slice up. They just run a lot of cover 2 and man coverage. Phil Parker is definitely not this predictable in real life. We've got a chance to damn near put this thing away, and just going with our RPO. This time we're not going to throw it, and it's going to be 3rd and goal. Okay, we'll try to punch it in with slants, and let's see, back out of the backfield, should be open, and he gets into the corner of the end zone. Outside of the obvious turnovers, this has been a really good half for our O. I feel like we're kind of figuring some things out. We just got to keep our foot on the gas though, and we are going to have a 3rd and long. See what we can do here. I'm looking for the comeback right again. We just barely get it off, and it's going to be short of the sticks. Damn it. Didn't think about that, and we're going to have to punt it away. Don't think Iowa's offense has fully woken up yet though. One more touchdown could put this away, and a nice rollout pass from Daquan. I wasn't sure if that dude was going to come open. After a couple of ippy plays though, we're going to have a 3rd and 12, and let's see. I was expecting man coverage. That's not what we're going to get, and Daquan's trying to get up out of there, but just barely gets caught by the DN. And I guess we're going to take the field goal here. I don't know if I agree with that call. And just like that, Iowa goes down, gets a touchdown, and they are right back in this game. It could get scary out here. A lot of pressure on Daquan. He's going to have to deliver the goods here with a clutch drive, and thankfully here, their cornerback on the left side is going to slip. That'll give us an easy completion, and we're already almost to midfield. Not going to think about running clock yet. Just need to make sure we get into field goal range, but I was really hoping that RPO would hit. Let's see if we can finish the job now. Just going to go with a little rollout here and trying to get this guy open. We'll throw it away, but no, I was too late on it, and we take a terrible sack. Maybe one of the worst sacks of Daquan's career, honestly. Now we're going to have to try to fight through the stadium pulse to make a field goal happen, and yeah, this is not going to work out. I couldn't get my hot routes, and the Iowa fans are going crazy. They're going to have a few minutes to get something. Okay, thankfully defense clutches up. They get a pretty much instant turnover. Now we got to just go take care of the football, but oh man, we have R1 wide open here. Got to put this on the money for a touchdown, but Daquan left it too high. That was actually pretty risky. And we got to pick up this 3rd and 10 to make sure we get the field goal. I'm liking the cross route here. Threw it earlier than I would have liked, but what a catch. Leinart coming through with a clutch grab, and that puts us in beautiful position to go win this game. Should be able to just run the clock out here. So we are going to just barely escape with a dub, thanks to some clutch defense and some clutch plays from our wide receivers. It definitely was a pretty sloppy game from Daquan, but he did what he needed to do to get the win, I guess. And after a big road win, the team finally is in the top 10. Still no Heisman watch for Daquan, sadly. The schedule is not getting any easier from here though. We got number 14 Michigan, and Daquan can't play as sloppy in this one, already missing a big pass on 3rd down. Sorry man, but those are passes that a 99 overall quarterback with perfect ability should probably be hitting, and Michigan picking up an early lead here at the end of the 1st quarter. We gotta answer. For some reason right now, I'm just really hungry for a big play. Michigan's going with some pretty aggressive defense, and we're gonna try to roll out to make a play here, and what a throw from Daquan, hitting the crosser and putting this offense in business. I've been playing this game all day, and I do fear I'm getting just a little bit impatient. Daquan needs to keep on playing within himself. Can't be throwing more interceptions in this one. Michigan is running some weird coverages though, and we should have Sharga wide open over the middle here. Sharga making another play. This has been like a weirdly defensive game so far. Both offenses not able to get a whole lot going. Maybe we can get something here before the end of the half. Michigan is literally coming out 3 high here, but we've got all 3 timeouts. I'm gonna just take my dump off, man. Let's get some yards, try to hopefully put us in a position where we can get into field goal range. With 10 seconds left, we'll try to take our shot here. Okay, not really liking anything. We're just gonna step up, and lots of room for Daquan. He's gonna try to slide, but fumbles the ball. Oh no. It looked like it was maybe gonna turn into a recovery for 6. Thankfully our lineman helps us out. So it didn't end up being an ideal offensive half. We can bounce back. Daquan definitely hasn't been playing bad. After that crazy deflection, we're gonna have 2nd and long, but thankfully we got our boy Leinart on the outside. Alright, 3rd and 5. Let's see what we got. Should just have the out route, and Leinart once again gonna make a play. Alright, not bad. Michigan going with a little press here, and we were probably gonna have the corner route, but with the pressure coming, we'll just take that slant. Easy cash for the 1st down. Gotta try to finish the drive now. 3rd and 5. Gonna look at that out route early, then work to the cross. Oh no, I don't see anything. Daquan trying to scramble is gonna take a bad sack, and that makes us a long field goal too. Thankfully our kicker makes it, but Michigan goes down and gets a touchdown of their own. Daquan is gonna have to clutch up with a big drive. Come on, man. We've seen game-winning drives from him many times before, and with the playoffs on the line, he's gonna find his tight end up the field. That's gonna help quite a lot, and we're just gonna go ahead and get back to the line. I think we got the Wolverines right where we want them, and honestly, I trust our defense to get a stop. I think we try to score quick so they can get us the ball back. Obviously, that's gonna require us to score first, but we got the tight end drag wide open. That was a good tackle though. All right, man. 3rd and 4. Let's see what we got. I'm liking this crosser here out of 5 wide, and we should have it here. That's a perfect throw from Daquan, and they should tie the game up. All right, come on, defense. It's up to the sim, and oh no, Michigan was able to get a game-winning field goal, and the Wolverines stun us at home. A terrible loss. Daquan fought to keep his team in it, but this was a really lackadaisical statistical performance by his standards. And if he hadn't fumbled before half, we easily could have won the game. The good news is the team's still in the top 12, so the playoffs definitely not out of reach. And Daquan's going to be able to upgrade the speed just a little bit more. He is very fast at this point in his career. The boys come a long way from being a freaking cement block in the backfield his freshman season. This Big Ten schedule is just brutal. Oregon's 6-4, but they're one of the toughest places to play in the country. So far, this first drive going pretty well though. We're just finding easy dump offs and stuff. I think this is like a take what the defense gives you type of game. Not a lot of good play calls on this down though. We're gonna have to work with this iffy one, and Daquan's gonna solve that by rolling out of the pocket, doing some playmakering, and making a huge play to get us down to the goal line, where thankfully coach is just calling our nice little RPO and 100% completion percentage on this first drive. We find Simonson for the touchdown. Looks like Oregon came to play though. They respond with a touchdown of their own, and this is shaping up to potentially be one of the toughest games of the season. Oregon's got a very high overall as well. Thankfully, so far, Daquan is kind of cutting up their defense. Just got to finish the drive now. We try a halfback direct, and what the hell, bro? I thought that play was supposed to be OP. The Ducks stuff it. We got 3rd and goal, and okay, gonna try to get out of the pocket here. This is absolutely nothing, and we take a bad sack. Still 100% completion percentage for Daquan though, and going into this third drive, we actually did get a stop, so chance to take a 2-score lead. All starting to move here, but we got to pick up this 3rd down. And okay, we're gonna have to take the back out of the backfield. Can he make the play? Not quite. 4th and inches, and coach is saying we're going for it. All right, let's see what we got. Just running a stick play, and okay, we're gonna have to take the slant. Hold on to that, buddy. Thank you. This great efficient game continues for Daquan, but right when I say that, we drop back way too far in the pocket, and it's gonna be a bad sack, making this 3rd and longer than I would have hoped. With the stadium pulse going, making hot routes is next to impossible. We're just gonna have to chuck it here, and we do have a step, but Daquan can't throw a deep ball to save his life, and we'll have to punt this one away. Okay, defense is cooking though. We just gotta find a way to get a touchdown in the next couple of drives, I feel. And not seeing anything here, Daquan's gonna get out of the pocket, improvise a little bit, and the playmaker is going to make this totally busted. Just gotta finish it off, going with our little tight end flat play here, and this is looking a little bit muddly, but some good blocking will help us out. Unfortunately, it did not last long. Oregon went and got a touchdown of their own. With just 5 seconds left, all we need to do is make sure we don't turn the ball over. Okay, so a very good offensive first half comes to an end, but this one's looking tight. And so much for defense playing a great game. They are now getting cooked, and we're in serious trouble. Need a touchdown on this drive now. We have been able to find a lot of holes in the Oregon defense though, and I don't know why they just decided to not guard the seam there. That's the one thing that we will be able to exploit anytime it's open. Let's go finish the drive now on 2nd and 9. For some reason, that zig route is going to get open. Both of the defenders went with a streak, and Daquan will pick up another touchdown pass. Look at the stats. 91% completion for over 300 yards. We're still in the 3rd quarter, and we're still somehow in position to lose this game. It has just turned into a brutally bad performance from our defense. We might just need some magic in the 4th quarter, and I have no idea what to do here. This play call was terrible, but we somehow are going to get triangle open on the crosser. All right, come on, boys. 2nd and 12. I'm looking to the sig on the outside, and Qualls runs a good route, but somehow not able to get away from that guy. Now we're going 5 wide on 3rd down, and this is a weird coverage from Oregon. Somehow they're going to get everybody over though, and Daquan can't make that throw on the out route. Should have just taken the flat right off the bat. Okay, defense gets a stop though, and we're actually in a similar position to last game. But even though they're not covering square at receiver, I literally can't get him to hot route, so we're not able to get the ball out to him. We're gonna have a 3rd and 1. All right, huge play. I'm looking to this zig route on the right side, and that will thankfully get open. One step at a time, fellas. Ideally, Daquan won't have to make too many clutch throws on this drive. If we can just rely on like RPOs and stuff, that would be great, but it all depends on coach's play calling. Headed down to the 2-minute warning, seems like the best move is to kill the clock. And oh god, I wanted to take the running back there, and Daquan fumbles the ball on the sack. I didn't think quick enough. We should have stepped up in the pocket, and that could potentially be the season for this team. We need a miracle stop from defense. Come on, boys. Can they get it? Okay, they at least left us 25 seconds. But at this point, it literally will take a miracle. We're going to have to just chuck it, and we can't even get it off on that play. Need a coverage bust from Oregon, and oh my god, did we just get it? I don't know what their cornerback is doing, but we got Qualls wide open. All he has to do is beat the safety, but he gets tackled. Are you kidding me? We've got 2 seconds to try to get to the line. Daquan's trying to rally the team, but he can't do it, and we are going to lose on the road to Oregon. I thought we actually made the miracle happen. Duquan threw for over 450 yards, 84% completion, but that fumble was just killer. And Qual, supposedly our fastest receiver, getting caught from behind. But hope is not quite dead. We only slid down to number 18 in the rankings, so there definitely could still be space for us to jump back into the top 12. I feel like we need to go blow the doors off of UCLA now, but Duquan already starting it off with a missed pass. Come on, man. He's got to start looking like a Heisman contender again, and here on second down, I'm seeing a lane up the middle. We're actually going to scramble here. Duquan once again showing off that speed. All right, big 3rd and 5 now. We're actually going to try to take a shot here, and I'm liking this little C route on the right side. We're going to throw it, but once again, off target from Duquan. Our receiver has to dive out of bounds, and UCLA goes right down to get a touchdown. That's bad news. We got to answer right here. This drive's off to a nice start so far, though. A couple of easy reads. We're just able to dump it off to the slant here and get a nice gain. Going with play action here on second down. This is looking a little bit tight. We're going to try to get it to the crosser, though, and that was a beautiful throw from Duquan. All right, that's more like it. On 3rd and 2, we're just running a speed option, and Duquan's going to keep it. No, I tried to pitch it late, and that was a stupid mistake. I got kind of greedy there, and now we're going to have to punt the ball. Definitely not a winning move there by me. Thankfully, UCLA doesn't get anything, so we got a chance to respond. We're marching it right down the field so far. Just got to go finish the drive, and UCLA, another team that's just running a ton of man coverage. Just got to punch it in here on 3rd and goal, and they are giving us this slant all day. That's an easy throw, and Liner going to get in for a touchdown. It turned out to actually be a very good quarter statistically, and defense is stepping it up. Let's see if we can keep it moving. Look at that catch. Gonna have to convert a 3rd down here, though. We got press on the right side. Looks like it's just straight man coverage. I'm gonna try the back shoulder throw, and oh my god, dude actually caught that. On 3rd and 1, let's see what we got. I'm not really liking this look. The flat's not open. We're gonna have to take this, and our tight end can't quite come down with that in a tight window. All good though. Coach is going for the 4th and 1. Just got to pick this up, and we got back out of the backfield wide open. I think we're once again seeing man coverage here. This time I'm going to the corner route, and nice little play by our tight end to come down with that. Just got to finish this drive off. 2nd and 10, we're going RPO, and that is unfortunately going to go nowhere. Okay, so here we go. 3rd and 14. Let's see what we got. Looks like man coverage again. We should have this crosser, and that's money. Sharga just totally lost his guy. I'm looking for back out of the backfield here, and we're going to take it. Just got to get his feet in bounds, and he does it. That route saved us a couple times on that drive. And defense gets a turnover. Let's go. I'm going to try to get a zig open on the right side, and yep, I like that. Liner's just got to get into the end zone, and he does. This one's looking great for this offense. On 2nd and 8, we're going to go with a little RPO, and bro, right when I say that, I make the wrong read. We throw the ball right to the cornerback, and that gives UCLA a chance, which of course they do capitalize on. So Duquan squanders a good position. Now the pressure's really on. Got to make something happen. Can't take sacks or turn the ball over again, and this is looking like a tight read, but we just barely get it into the tight end, and that takes us to the 4th quarter up by 1 score. Duquan's got to clutch up to keep us alive in the playoff race, and seeing a lane in the pocket here, he's going to step up and once again pick up a 1st down. And we're going to be running this same RPO play. Let's see how it develops this time. Okay, that time I'm throwing it, but the ball gets swatted. We just threw it a little bit too late. Now it looks like coach wants to punt it here. Okay, mercifully defense clutches up. Just got to finish this out, and they're leaving the halfback angle wide open. I was thinking that'd be a 1st down, but we're going to have 3rd and short. All right, big play here. I really don't want to give UCLA a chance, and thankfully we're going to get the zig wide open. The Bruins will use their last timeout as we head toward the 2-minute warning. Far from done here though. Ideally we just go right down the field and get a touchdown, and they're going man coverage again. We should have that crosser wide open, and that's cash. 3rd and 5, we're right on the edge of field goal range. Just going to try out our little tight end RPO, and okay, we're going to throw it. Unfortunately, some bad blocking on the right side, and we're going to have to rely on our kicker. Oh my god, no, coach wants to go for this? What are we doing here, coach? All right, I guess he wants us to put the game away. 4th and 4, and we should have back out of the backfield. The timing almost got messed up, but thankfully it works out, and offense clutches up. So we get the dub to move to 9 and 3, and now we're just at the mercy of the polls. Duquan played great in the first half, had the pick in the second, but apart from that, he was pretty much perfect. And at the end of the regular season, Duquan's got 4,300 passing yards, 37 touchdowns, 5 picks. Definitely a little bit of a drop off from last year, but we still got the postseason. We could still hit that 6,000 passing yards number if we make the playoffs. And in addition, he's actually well in the positives for rushing with 63 yards. All right, now for the moment of truth. We're going to be watching the conference championship from the sidelines, and we need some serious movement to happen to sneak into that top 12. All right, come on, man. We just need the right teams to lose. As we see Joe Manchin winning the Heisman Trophy, didn't have stats that were much better than Duquan's. Duquan exceeded him in passing yards by a few hundred yards. And oh man, we didn't quite make it. We wind up in the Music City Bowl playing against the UCLA again. We sadly didn't move up in the rankings at all. It's not the ending Duquan wanted, but hopefully we can still go out with a bang. When he was back at Stanford, he was grateful to just get to a bowl game. I'm not going to show a ton of stuff from this game, just like the major highlights, and down here on the goal line early on, Duquan scrambling and throwing on the run, that's a dime, and a great catch from our wide receiver too. The fans are loving it. They've always got the Weems sign out there in the crowd. UCLA has been able to take the lead here in the second quarter. I threw a bad pick a little bit earlier, but we're going to be able to punch it in before halftime to take the lead. Duquan did have 200 yards passing on the half, but unfortunately, coaches decided to give Duquan 0 plays to call, and I can't get out of the screen. I've called timeouts, I've paused the game, I've taken a couple of delays. I think we're just gonna have to restart. Now, I would like to super sim to get back to where we were, but unfortunately in Road to Glory, this is another thing that EA just doesn't offer you for some reason. Unless there's like some button I'm missing or something, which if there is, please let me know. Okay, well after that little waste of time, we are back to the second half in a slightly better position, up 13-0. And to tell you the truth, I don't really mind the pick being expunged from Duquan's stats, as he'll punch it in to take a 3-score lead here. And after the reset, our defense absolutely dominated. As this is sadly going to be the last drive of Duquan's career, I'm trying to go out with a bang. We're launching it even though we're up 20-0. Got 7 seconds left and 1 timeout to get into the end zone. Looking for the crosser here, but we don't quite have enough time. Alright, time's ticking down. We got 5 seconds left. Duquan's going to try to scramble around. Doesn't really know what he's doing though, and we are going to go down for no gain. Doesn't matter though, we get the 20-0 dub against the Bruins. Duquan ended up with a nice clean stat line, and that will cap off Duquan's career. He breaks the Washington single season passing yards record. And let's check out the final stats. First of all, final season stats, we have 4,500 yards, 40 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions. Absolutely elite touchdown to interception ratio. Duquan overall just played very clean this season. Finished with 78 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. And receiving, this was possibly the first year our tight end wasn't the leading receiver. He was pretty close in the end though. Overall in Duquan's career, he had a 71% completion percentage, threw for 18,000 yards, 149 touchdowns, and 34 interceptions. Gotta be one of the best pocket passers in history for sure. Looking back through the years, this definitely was a bit of a downgrade from last year overall, but learning a new offense, that's kind of to be expected. So let me know what you want to see from Duquan in the NFL. What team do y'all think he should go to? I will say Duquan, I'm definitely going to play 1 season with him in the NFL. That's probably going to be it. So yeah, be sure to drop a like and comment. Thanks for supporting this series, y'all. Have a good one. Peace.